Alright, it was not a great week for me last week in AFL Fantasy. Let's get straight into things. I made a couple of big errors. Round 4 score, 1,717. Pretty dire. Pretty bad. My round ranking, 57,000. So I went down a fair bit in the ranks. It was, by far my worst week so far. The two trades I did last round. I got rid of Jason Horne-Francis and I brought in Isaac Rankin. And of course, this was always going to happen. I should have known. 125. Jason Horne-Francis dropped. It was always going to happen the week that I decided to pull the trigger on him. He goes big. And Rankin, alternatively, 69. Didn't even reach his break even. Just terrible stuff. Look, I'm hoping that Rankin turns it around. I think that's just going to be, hopefully, just one poor week. And he'll be back to his scoring ways in the following weeks. And then the other trade, Sam De Koning to Dane Zorko. I thought it was a dream matchup for Dane Zorko. I thought that a 140 plus score was almost inevitable. I put the captain on him, 79. He got outscored by Sam De Koning, who went back, mind you, because Reece Stanley was in. So if there's one positive out of that trade, Sam De Koning did not play in the ruck, so I think everyone's going to be getting rid of him now. I don't think he's going to be scoring 84 every week in that role. Melbourne's forward line is in shambles. Definitely got the worst midfield forward connection in the competition. And Geelong, they took a ridiculous amount of marks in that game. It was just chip in the back line. So I don't think he's going to be doing that every week in that role. He even got down forward and kicked a goal. That's not going to happen most weeks. So De Koning, look, he did make a bit of extra cash this week, but I think everyone's going to be trading him out now. But it is still very annoying, the fact that he managed to outscore Zorko, who I captained. This is the second week in a row that I've captained someone that's gone well under 100, 79. I considered captaining Will Ashcroft, and while he didn't put up a monster score or anything crazy, at least he reached triple figures. My VC option wasn't much better, so it's at least I didn't roll the dice on a 110 or something, and then Zorko put up that. But just a terrible week. There were a few alright scores, like Bailey Smith. He's just keeping on. 127. I don't think he's gone below 115 this year. His lowest score is 112. That's incredible stuff from him so far. O'Driscoll injured. I haven't seen what the deal is with him. I know he was looking a bit worse for wear, got his ankle strapped and then went back on, but then sat out the last quarter. So hopefully that's not too bad. I don't really want to have to trade him because he was playing very well. He was probably one of my best picks of the year. Rosie copped another tag, went forward at times and scored 84 I think he scored 84 last in round 3 as well. Exactly the same. So he scored 84 for the second week in a row. Lockie Ash was probably one of my only shining lights. Scored 95, almost tonned up for the second week in a row. Low ownership, so he's a pretty good pod at this stage. But a lot of underperforming players. Hugo Garcia, I wasn't expecting him to back up his 110, but would have liked a little bit more. So just a lot of really average scores and a poor captaincy choice for the second week in a row. Really brought my score down. Just not great. I went way too aggressive with my trades. I went chasing the big scores this week when I should have really just focused on fixing up my rookies. Phil O'Sullivan was a laid out. That was a bit out of my control, but I should have looked to move on Campriali, get Riley Bice in, who went off. My God. So, not much else to say about my team this week. There's a few considerations, a few fix-ups I'm going to need to make. Nathan O'Driscoll hopefully isn't injured for too long. Hopefully he's back next week. Hopefully it was just a bit of soreness and he'll be right to go, but I don't know at this stage how bad his injury is. Max Gawn didn't quite crack the ton in the end. Now, Kieran Brooks from GWS is under 800k, so do I consider going down to him, saving some cash? Probably not this week, but maybe in the coming weeks. Anyways, let's just get into my trades. So I've already locked in my trades just about. I'm getting rid of Joel Frazier. His scoring was on a downward trajectory. His role since round 1 hasn't looked great. I'm glad I at least started him and got that triple figures score in round 1 because, yeah, a lot of people traded him in after that and they would have been very disappointed. But he's a must-go now. Scored 44. Doesn't look like getting even close to that ton he scored in round 1. His role isn't great. And, yeah, he's now no longer making cash anymore. So he's got to go. Bringing in Riley Bice. So I have one rookie on field down back. I think Bice, I'm probably going to put the emergency on him because he's playing early in the round, so I'll field maybe Zach Reed or Luke Traynor or something. And if Bice scores 125 again, gee, that was amazing. He looks great. So I really should have got him in last week. He's gone up a lot in price. He went up $107,000. That's crazy. But he's got a break even of -41, so not too late at all to get onto him. He's still got to make a lot more cash, and if he can score 125 again, that'd be amazing. So yeah, he's going to get the emergency, and if he tons up or anything like that, then I'm definitely taking his score. Joel Frazier, yeah, like I said, got to go. And then the other trade, Tom Gross, however you say his last name. I heard commentators pronouncing it Gross, but Gross is funnier. Bringing him in for Campriali. Campriali's a dead dot. He's got to go. Should have got rid of him last week. I had probably one too many red dots on the bench, but yeah, he's got to go now. So that'll leave me with only 2 red dots on the bench. One, if Lindsay is playing. Hopefully he is, fingers crossed, because he looks like he could score well in his new role. But yeah, that is gonna pretty much wrap up this review. Not a great round at all. Look, I had a few good rookie scores like Sam Lawler. Hopefully he can continue his form. He's playing well. Murphy Reed kicked a goal late, scored 53. Levi Ashcroft, he had a favourable matchup and scored well. Yeah, so there's a couple of errors that I need to correct, but overall, I don't think it's the end of the world yet. I went aggressive last week. It didn't pay off, but I've had the opportunity to fix up my rookies this week. I knew that there were plenty of rookie options around the place, so that if my trades, if they did go pear-shaped like they did, I still had options to fix up this week. So for the VC and the captain, I'm going to put the VC on Jordan Dawson. He's played the one poor game when I had the captaincy on him, but yeah, he still is a reliable option, playing the first game of the round. And then into Tom de Koning, didn't play so well last round, but he's got a very favourable matchup against the Eagles this week. Should go big. So look, if Dawson scores anything like 110, 115, I'm going to take that because I'm not rolling. I've had 2 poor captaincy scores in a row, so I'm not going to risk it. So yeah, if he goes 110, I'm taking that. But yeah, hopefully he can go bigger than that, and hopefully Tom de Koning can score better this round as well. That's going to wrap up my review for my round 4 team. Best 22 next week. So yeah, hopefully a few of these, I've had a few poor scores in the last few rounds that, if best 18 weren't a thing, would have really dragged me down. So hopefully that doesn't happen again this round. I'm still pretty happy with my team overall, despite my rank. Look, I think if everything gels and if everyone clicks, then it's got potential I've got potential to move up the ranks. But yeah, few errors last round that hopefully aren't going to affect my whole season. Anyways, let me know what you think about my team and my trades for this round. Like and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.